Good morning. Today we'll be looking at how to add and subtract rational expressions. Before we do, let me quickly remind you of something you learned in elementary school. So for example, in elementary school you were taught that if I have something like 1 over 5, alright, plus 2 over 5. So if I'm adding these two ratios, then because they have the same denominator, right, I can just add the numerator. So 1 plus 2, right, then I keep the denominator of 5. So I end up with 3/5. Okay, this is something you learn in middle school, right? So we are going to apply the same concept. So if I'm adding ratios, if they have the same denominator, or what we call the lowest common divisor, all I can do is just keep the LCD and then combine the numerator. So it looks like that. So to add these two ratios, 2x over 15 plus 4 over 5, we realize that these two fractions do not have the same denominators. However, I can convert one denominator to make it look like that. So I can convert 5, I can make 5 look like 15 by multiplying by 3. So if I multiply 5 by 3, that becomes 15. And therefore, I also have to multiply the numerator by 3. And the reason I have to multiply the numerator by 3 is because I don't want to change the expression, right? Because if I divide 3 by 3, that is 1. So that keeps the same fraction. So now from here, our expression will now look like this. 2x over 15 plus, if I multiply 4 and 3, that is 12, and 5 and 3 is 15. So now this will look like something we learned in middle school, right? Combining ratios of the same denominator. So now I can combine this and write 15, right, because the denominator is the same, common LCD, then just add the numerator, 2x and 12. Okay, so now I can leave the answer like that, but you can simplify further. I can take a GCF of 2 in the numerator. So I have 2x plus 6 all over 15. And that becomes the final expression, all right? So the goal is to make the denominators the same, so you can add. Okay, so let's try another example. Example 2, we are asked to perform this operation. 5x divided by 7 times x plus 3 minus 5 divided by x plus 3. Again, from here we realize that the denominators, the lowest common divisor, not the same. So since the denominators are not the same, can I make them the same? Yes, I can. I can multiply this one by 7, multiply this one by 7. So now the denominators are the same. So our new expression will look like this. 5x divided by 7 times x plus 3 minus, now this numerator becomes what? 35. 7 times 5, x plus 3. Okay, so from here it looks like what we learned in middle school, because I now have the same denominators, so I can easily subtract the numerator. So it will now look like this: 5x minus 35 and a common denominator of 7x plus 3. Again, you realize that in the numerator I can factor, right, a common GCF of 5. So I factor the numerator, right? And you always want to leave your final expression in the what? Simplified form. All right, so that is what you want. All right, on your test, if you get to this point, that is not bad, but I always want you to simplify your expression. All right, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in another video where we do case number 2, where the denominators are entirely different. All right, and we have to apply another method. Okay, see you then. Bye.